Hello everyone and welcome to the latest episode of SUGTalks. I'm Gerren Mayne, the regular host of SAPCHAT podcast, and today I'm delighted to be hosting SUGTalks again as Craig will be in the guest chair. That's right, I've got complete control. As usual, we'll be taking a deep dive into the topics, challenges and opportunities facing SAP users today. So please make sure you subscribe so you never miss another episode. I'm delighted to be joined today by Craig Dale, Chief Executive, UK and Ireland SAP User Group. Welcome, Craig.
Thanks, Gerren.
And also Simon Bacon, SAP Operations Manager, QD Group. Welcome, Simon.
Thank you, Gerren. Good afternoon.
So it's great to be here, gentlemen. In today's episode, we're going to be giving you a preview of what to expect from UKISUG Connect 2025. We'll be giving you an overview of what to expect at the conference and what you can learn from attending the event. For this week's icebreaker, I thought we'd stick to the theme of events, since we're talking about UKI Connect, and ask what single best live event you've ever attended. Go on, Craig.
Oh, it's now I understand what everybody else feels on the other side of this question. I think there's been lots of live events, from sporting events to concerts and things, but I'm just going to go with what immediately came into my mind, and that was Killers concert. The first time I saw the Killers live up at Newcastle, it was absolutely incredible. And when Mr. Brightside came on in the encore, that was just unbelievable. So yeah, I'm going with what first came into my mind.
Brilliant. That's a good choice, Craig. Simon?
A similar vein, actually, but I'm going to show my age here. The Nebworth Silver Clef Award winners concert in 1990, a 12-hour charity concert with Eric Clapton, Dire Straits, Genesis, Pink Floyd, just hour after hour of great music, 120,000 people, and I haven't forgotten that day ever since. It was magical.
Wow. Well, it's interesting you say that, because I think we must be of a certain vintage, because I was going to go with Oasis at Nebworth, and that was in 1996. And do you know what? In preparation, I was looking back, and that was 29 years today, gentlemen. Ooh. 29 years to the day. What's the chances of that?
That's incredible. I look around the office and probably 3/4 of them weren't even bored then. Anyway.
Oh, it's your charm that brings me back year after year, Craig. What can I say? Okay, so Craig, to kick things off, it would be great if you could provide a top-level overview of what to expect at this year's Connect.
No problem. So thanks again, Gerren, for hosting today. And so Connect, we're obviously full steam ahead. All systems go at the moment, heading towards 30th of November when it kicks off, running until the 2nd of December at the ICC in Birmingham. The kind of theme of this year's event is empower your journey, embrace the future. And that kind of reflects two sides of things from our perspective. One, we have our members who are either set to go on a journey, be it to the cloud, be it to S4 or wherever it is they want to go with their SAP landscapes. And there's also those customers that are perhaps well on that journey and thinking about, okay, what am I going to do with AI? What am I going to do with the future? So that is what we're looking to do at Connect this year, and deliver that really through, we have hands-on workshops. So we're working with the SAP TechEd team again to bring some really good technical hands-on sessions to the event. We've got 5 keynotes lined up, over 100 breakouts again in like multitude of different tracks, just so we can share the customer experiences. Lots of customer sessions coming through at the moment. SAP and partner experts sharing their expertise, really with that ultimate aim really of helping attendees maximise their SAP investment. And of course, networking and social events is all that learning through the day. You do have to kick back, network and engage outside of the sessions. We've expanded the exhibition this year. We have over 90 exhibitors coming along to the event. And a new thing for this year is we've introducing a quiet room. So, one of the bits of feedback and other discussions we've had around the event is conferences can sometimes get a bit too much for some people. So what we're creating this year, we're working with Thrive and Simon very well, Gerren. We're working with Simon and the Thrive team on creating a quiet room, which allows people just to have a quiet space where they can escape the hustle and bustle, just to take a little bit of time out to relax, refresh, and reflect.
I think that's a great idea, because I know from my experience, when they leave the event after the 3 days, it can be that time in the car or wherever it is to decompress. So having something on site that allows you to grab a bit of that along the process is great. Simon, as a regular attendee yourself at Connect, as both a speaker and a delegate, what makes you want to come to the conference each year?
We try to attend as many UK&I SUG events as possible, so not just Connect, but a lot of the workshops and symposiums, because we always walk away with knowing more than we arrived with, and having made contacts that we wouldn't have made otherwise. Connect is another level up above that, and it is, for us, it's our must go to event of the year. Every time we attend, we learn something new without fail, and it gives us a chance to keep up with the changing pace of SAP technologies, which, as we all know, are constantly changing, even if it's just the name. And so by attending Connect, we can focus, the whole team can just focus, forget about their busy workload for a few days and focus on SAP, and just get that holistic view of what the SAP roadmap is, the announcements from Sapphire, what the plans are for the next year, next 2 years, next 3 years, and then expand on that by talking to other vendors and partners, and delve a little bit deeper into technologies such as AI or warehouse management, or whatever the topic is of interest. We also get a lot of value out of the hands-on workshops, really, really beneficial. For us, we're a small company with a very small IT team, so to try some of the new things such as SAP Build can be a little bit daunting. To have a go on your productive system, if you don't know what you're doing. So to be able to sit down in a controlled environment with experts who know what they're doing, so they can help if you're stuck, is a great way to introduce new users, such as myself in certain areas, to new technologies. And then we can take that back to the business and then and use it, and we have more than once. So very, very beneficial.
And Simon, how does attending the conference help you in your day-to-day role?
It's absolutely essential. We've just completed a migration to RISE, and without the learnings that we've gained over the last 2 or 3 years at events such as Connect, we wouldn't be able to communicate clearly and concisely to the board. We have to show that we're on top of the changing pace of SAP, but equally what the future holds, so what the roadmap of SAP is and how that can align with the requirements of our business, and where the return on investments are. Without that knowledge, we wouldn't be able to advise, and therefore the business wouldn't be able to make decisions. Practically, we learn new skills. Years ago, it was personas. I remember doing hands-on workshops with personas. Now it's BTP, SAP Build. So getting practical experience that we can take back to the business, and we do it every single year after a Connect.
You're absolutely right. The pace of change seems to accelerate. I don't know if that's just me getting older, but I just definitely think trying to keep on top of all of the latest announcements, what that means, and the impact that's going to have both on partners and customers and users is huge.
Crucially, just there is deciphering actually where you get the value for your business. We're not a cutting edge SAP customer. We're not, a first adopter. So certain things we won't take advantage of straight away, but we'll keep it in the back pocket and keep watching it. AI as an example, and when there are clear benefits, we'll then be in a position to take advantage of them.
So, for those people planning to attend the event for the very first time, what advice would you give to ensure they get the most from the event, Craig?
I think I would say prepare, engage, and then enjoy. I think engagement and engaging in the activities, be it pre-event discussion through the app or any of the other platforms that we have open for that, can improve your experience no end and really give you more value to take away from the event. The other thing I would say is, please do book your sessions early. When we release the sessions, when we release the app, book your sessions early so we can understand how many people are going to come, so that we can avoid any standing room only sessions, so to speak. As the more people that pre-book the sessions, we can make sure they're in the right size room so everybody gets equality and everybody's able to attend the session. We have connection opportunities, as I mentioned, pre-event, and also on top of just attending the event for the first time, we also do a number of activities for those lone attendees, if you like. So if you are attending on your own, not with anybody from your company, we have pre-event calls and things such as that, just to allow people to engage, so that when you do turn up and you walk through those doors, and sometimes it can be, a deer in headlights, that you have others that you can, engage with and fall back on, so you're not on your own, and you can really, engage with others and really get value from attending the event. So that's what I would say is prepare, engage, and overall enjoy.
Great advice there, Craig, and a great initiative as well for those attending on their own. Simon, what about your piece of advice?
I think embrace it, and don't be fearful. I remember the first time I attended, which was many years ago, and I was very new to SAP, so I felt like a fish out of water, and until I started speaking to people. And I didn't feel judged by my lack of knowledge or experience. Everyone was just so welcoming, and I see that every year. The UKI SUG team are just exceptional. The event, as all the events are, superbly well organised. Everyone's very approachable. So just enjoy it. Ask questions and get involved, and don't be scared. And the more you put in, like anything, the more you'll get out of it. But it's definitely worthwhile.
Thanks for that. I appreciate those kind words, Simon. And just circling back to what you said there at the beginning about embracing it, because this is a big thing I feel about the whole of the SAP community and the UKISUG community is everybody is friendly. Everybody wants the best for you, no matter who you are, where you're from, whether you're a partner, a customer, or from SAP. Everybody engages so positively, I feel. I don't know. I mean, turn the question back on you, Gerren. Do you see that from your side?
Oh, totally. I mean, I see it in multiple different levels. I always learn something at Connect from a technical perspective. And I think you're right, Simon, the pace of change is so great. We can't be all experts in everything. And, there is no stupid question. It's a very safe environment to ask those questions that you probably have no clue about whatsoever. But it's also the network and the connection over the years. And I'll walk into that room. I've been going for a certain period of time now, which is quite considerable. But, I walk into that room and I will see faces from 20 years ago, and I will see faces that are brand new, and it's that ability to interact. And I would say myself, the the access to the app is great because you can look at the sessions ahead of going to the event. In a time, you can take time to look at the various different streams and make those selections. If you try to do it when you're there at the event, often you're so focused on the next thing happening that you don't really get time to do it. So my tip would be to use the app and take time before to make your decisions about where you're going to go, so you can curate that. I was going to say a question for you, Simon. At SAP Sapphire this year, SAP made a number of different announcements around enhancements to Dual Business Data Cloud and its revamped cloud ERP capabilities. Do you have any thoughts on these, and do you expect them to be areas of discussion at Connect 2025?
Oh, definitely. I suspect that will make up a large proportion of the keynotes. I would expect, for example, the new business suite packages probably going, although SAP feel that's going to simplify the offer for customers that are trying to decide whether or not they go public cloud, private cloud. There's now another offer in the mix. So it'd be interesting to understand how SAP are going to manage customers' worries, concerns. If people are already a year down the planning journey, how do they manage that? Because suddenly the offer has changed. So I think some clarity on the product offer, how long, what the lifespan of that product offer is important, particularly for those customers that are yet to start their S4 journey. No one wants to start planning, be well down that planning route, and then have it change again. So some clarity there would be useful. I'd also expecting a lot more about AI. That's quite clear that is a central component of SAP or S4HANA, and from previous sort of events I've been to, the rate of change is accelerating at a phenomenal speed. So understanding where that's going, if anyone knows where that's going, and equally for how customers can simply deploy dual AI agents. So rather than just understand at the high level, actually how can you do it? So it's some information there, and also just further information about the enhancements that are being made to SAP Build. BTP and that whole development platform within BTP is central to the future of S4 and S4 development. So to have a clear understanding of what's being planned for that would be great.
Excellent. Thanks, Simon.
We know our community, but we don't know yours yet. Why not share the benefits of your UKISUG membership with those who don't know about us? The UKISUG referral scheme rewards you for helping to grow and develop our community. You can check out the link in the description to find out more about how you can get involved. Terms and conditions apply. We hope you enjoy the rest of the podcast.
And Craig, again, we've been talking common theme through this conversation so far. It's the pace of change, and Sapphire kind of reflected that. From your perspective, how are you going to reflect that at the conference?
Yeah, it's really interesting listening to the topic Simon was referring to, and I suppose it's quite nice to know in a way that we are seeing a lot of sessions coming through being proposed in those areas. As I mentioned, we're working with the SAP technical team as well around some key tech ed sessions to come, hands-on workshops covering all of those topics. And we're looking at having something for Dual Studio, hopefully being able to build an agent, if you like, in a workshop or something of that ilk. Lots of hands-on sessions exploring some of those technical capabilities there, and seeing lots of sessions coming through from partners and from customers on all sorts of SAP subjects, be it in Business Data Cloud, be it on build, be it on AI, S4, Rise, Cloud, etc., etc. There's so many things coming through, and one of the key things is getting that rounded view, I think, as well. We'll have SAP covering lots of where SAP is going, roadmaps, etc. But also, what are customers doing? What's a customer experience? What can we learn from customers' journeys to date? And what should we look out for when we're embarking on that same journey? And of course, thought leadership from the partner community as well, in understanding and help and support for customers there on, what to think about, what to do, and how to do it best. So lots happening there. So from, listening and engaging with speakers to getting hands-on with the products themselves.
So lots of change, lots of updates from SAP, but lots of things to be able to connect the dots, if you like, at Connect later this year, which is great. And we've just spoken here about, AI continues to be that hot topic in conversations. Hardly a conversation I and my colleagues don't have that doesn't involve AI at the moment. So Craig, what does Connect 2025 have in store regarding AI specifically this year?
Well, I suppose if I go back to what we were talking about earlier in the theme of the event, the theme of the event does lean quite heavily towards the AI side and, if you like, embracing that future. So we'll have an AI and automation dedicated track running through the 3 days of the event. We have an AI keynote on the Sunday evening to kickstart the event after the workshops. We'll also have another AI-related keynote, if you like, with Timo Elliott and Sonia Nash from SAP on the Tuesday morning. And what we're also looking at is having at least one perhaps AI session throughout all of the other streams. So for instance, in finance and spend management, etc., having, what does AI look like in that area, in be it in data, be it in S4, etc., bringing those AI conversations out. And I think one of the key things we're really looking for and working with SAP to try and bring more into is that customer experience to build customer use cases, because what we are seeing and what we're hearing is that customers really need those use cases. They need to be able to build the business cases themselves and see the customer use cases where it's added real value to the business.
Yeah, I think that was a common theme. Certainly when I was in Madrid this year, a lot of customers, a lot of partners there, but customers particularly saying, this sounds great, but actually we want to see the use cases and where they've been deployed and some of that experience. To Simon, there are other topic areas that let me start again. Simon, are there any other topic areas that you're particularly interested in hearing more about Connect 2025?
Yeah, well, as a new customer to S4, we've obviously purchased a bundle, and it's how we can best leverage the bundle that we've purchased, but strategically, what the right way of doing that, what the right order is. If we're talking about AI, is having WorkZone configured and running a prerequisite? Probably, or at least if we want to use Joule. So speaking to some specialists about a bit more of a holistic approach to how do we go forward with S4, rather than just dipping our toes into each area. Actually, what would be the recommended approach? So WorkZone absolutely is an area that we'd like to understand more of. I've had a look in BTP, but actually some guidance on how to simply deploy Fiori apps, build cards, and then how to activate Joule within WorkZone. So have a clearer understanding of that would be wonderful. And as of already said, to understand more about the innovations within Build. We're already using Build for certain cases, some RPA and a bit in the ABAP cloud, but actually what will this look like over the next 12 months? So, what new capabilities, and AI is going to be integral to that, because there's a lot being done in the dev sphere. So, so it's exciting times. So there is,
Absolutely. And finally, I'm sure after listening to this lively debate about all the things that are going to be happening at Connect 2025, and I can't believe we're saying this because it feels like it's coming around again. Every year it seems to get quicker and quicker. But if there are any listeners, which I'm sure there's not, but if there are any listeners out there still on the fence about attending, what would you say to them, Craig?
Well, visit UKISUGConnect.co.uk and book your pass now. Simple. I think, many SAP customers are at a critical juncture at the moment on their journey to the future, and we've got some key deadlines coming up. Connect brings together over 1,200 people from the whole SAP community to enable everyone to get value, not just for themselves, but for their business as well. And when I look at, Simon's been very kind to the event from his experience and this discussion. So thank you very much for that, Simon. I do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And we look at the feedback year on year, and we get excellent ratings. I think we're on about 68 on the MPS scale for last year. So we're just 2 points off world class for Connect. So come on, delegates, we need 2 more points for next year. We need to be world class. But no, don't take my word for it. But visit UKISUGConnect.co.uk, watch the wrap-up video from last year, look at what's coming down the line on the content so that you can make sure that you get the most from being there. And I think that there's something for everyone in the world of SAP. And also, I suppose, if you're a vendor in the SAP space, I think we've only got about 2 or 3 stands left. So if you're on the fence thinking about whether you're exhibit or not, you should be quick, because otherwise your exhibition is going to be sold out. So hopefully, if you are on the fence, you do decide to come, and I look forward to seeing you in Birmingham at the end of November.
And Simon, what would you say to anyone sat on the fence?
Well, I have to disagree with the ratings, because I would say it is world class, and that's why we attend every year. We're not a massive business, but we make time for it, and it is great value for money. It's 3 jam-packed days, full of education, full of networking opportunities, and the entertainment and the food are great as well. So they're a plus. So you won't regret it if you've never been before.
And I would just say it's the power of connection. I think we've all the way through this conversation, a common theme comes up. There's so much going on at the moment, so much to get your head around, some critical timelines coming up for customers, both those that have moved and those thinking of moving. And it's a great environment to discuss other people's journeys or discuss other people in the same situation as you. So it's a great environment. And to ask those technical experts those questions that you need to answer.
And we didn't even mention SUGFest.
We didn't, but Craig, can you tell me what is the theme this year?
Well, I think, okay. So we're going futuristic. Think Tron rather than Star Wars.
Craig, I thought you were going to turn up as Buck Rogers.
Funny enough, I was thinking about Chewbacca. But anyway, I was saying, that bar when they go into wherever, I thought, I'd look well in there. That bar.
Yeah. That's right. I was just waiting for somebody to say, you look so old, you've been coming to so many, Gerren, you're probably Yoda, but...
Enjoy it. I will.
Okay. Yes, so we can look forward to that futuristic theme coming up, which is great. So thank you, Craig, Simon, for your time and insights, and thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and found it valuable. Please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our future episodes. And until next time, stay safe and stay connected.